What up? It's Andrew LaFleur, the lazy writer, coming at you hot with our next installment of Read to Succeed, where we strive to read every day. Now, sorry, I think it's been. This is 2 days now that I haven't put in a video for this. And I know I'm saying to read every day, but I'm not following it necessarily to the T. Forgive me. It's the last week of school. I've been doing grades. I've been grading essays and stuff, so please forgive me. I think we can all move past this and get back on the horse. I think that from today on I can kind of get back on the horse. I got all my grades in. We're moving forward. Whoa, let's do this, okay? So we read today. Hopefully you've had 2 days to do it now. Boys Go to Jupiter by Danielle Evans. It is the 6th short story in the 2018 Best American Short Stories, meaning this is our 6th episode. I'm glad we made it here. Surprisingly, enjoyable. Just doing this whole thing, reading as often as possible, right? Or reading through this specific American short story collection. I'm enjoying it. So, what does that mean? I don't know what it means. You tell me. So, Boys Go to Jupiter. First of all, let's get right into my experience as a reader. I liked it. I liked the title. Just going over a quick little synopsis of kind of what happened. A girl ends up getting a picture of her in a kind of Confederate bikini, circles around. She goes to a liberal art college, and it kind of messes with her life. People consider her racist, or people consider her kind of like a Confederate heritage hero, right? And I thought it was, and then as you go through the story, you learn about kind of her tragic past, and you also kind of see inside of her head this whole time, and that she's doing it more out of apathy, or she did it more out of apathy, and when people are confront her, she reacts very differently than other people might act. So she's an interesting character. So what did I like about it as a reader? I thought it was straight awesome. I mean, I thought it was great. This is the kind of subject matter a lot of people are kind of scared to approach, at least in the way this was approached, and for better or for worse, the writing world in the area of fiction is often very dominated by kind of I think because maybe the collegiate world, right? The world of academia, which, that's where I came from with my writing degree. A lot of which is a very like liberal kind of setting. A lot of writers end up being liberal, and a lot of fiction writers especially. So I think I'm imagining the woman who wrote this is liberal. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But even though this is still probably in the same wheelhouse of written by someone who's a liberal, it was written in a way that's really honest, and I think very putting every tool in the main character's hands to not be what it's so easy to make her, right? She's wearing a Confederate flag, or like she starts brandishing it. She kind of becomes, like I said, a Confederate heritage hero figure, but it doesn't villainize her ever. And I think that is so interesting, and within the writing world, kind of risky, right? You kind of want to do what's easy and expected all the time. Oh, a girl wore a Confederate bikini, she's a bad, evil person, right? No, it wasn't like that. A girl wore a Confederate bikini mostly because she's probably in the grips of deep, deep depression, and a guy whom she was with purely for the reason of kind of pissing people off, her stepmother off or something, asked her to wear it, and she is, like I said, in a depressed state, and her great level of apathy, she was like, okay, sure, why not? She wore it, the picture went around, and the temptation on most our parts would be to go out there and just text all of our friends and tell everybody that, oh, that was a mistake. She doesn't care. She's just like, oh, okay. A picture of me that doesn't really represent who I am is going around. Whatever. And I think that's part of her, like, she's in deep depression after her mother died, and then Aaron died, someone else died kind of due to her, or she could I could see how she could blame herself. The situation was kind of brought on from her negligence. So yeah, she's going through a deeply depressive episode to the point where I think that she's not willing to fight back, or not willing to stand up for necessarily who she is, because other people are kind of judging who she is without her permission in a way. So it's kind of like a live how you want to live thing on her end. But yeah, so it's interesting. I think you should read it. And as the story goes, she kind of doubles down in some ways. Like she puts a Confederate flag in her window just to kind of like a big FU to the people who are sending her death threats. You know what I mean? After that picture went around, she got death threats. She got all these things. A black student that lives across the hall from her, I think, moved because she said that she felt she was in danger because she left a note saying "Welcome back" from vacation with a Confederate flag on it to her, and so she felt she was in danger and went. Which, like, I was in college and I could see that happening. That would 100% be the sentiment of a lot of people. They would say, I am being threatened by the presence of this symbol in our institution, and whether or not you agree with it, that is what would happen. And so it was really accurate. But the main character is so interesting to see it all happen to, and you have so much pity for her. Her life was so difficult in like a way that is, and like I said, I think she's deeply depressed. But I'm not going to go into that too much longer. But as a writer, what did I learn? Well, I don't know about learn. And like I said again, I'm trying to keep what I learned from each one of these people very simple. And a lot of them are more like keep my mind on these, like reminders of the use of this kind of literary device or this kind of narrative function. And so the non-linear plot, right? You start off not knowing much about Claire, and you just kind of get right into the thick of it with she wore a Confederate flag thing, and you can kind of see it coming, right? And then as time goes, you get these weird points where the story goes to the past, and mostly revolving around her friendship with Claire, black girl who was her best friend growing up, and they use that to kind of give us a better insight into who Claire actually is. I mean, Claire, right? No, okay. Her friendship with Angela. Angela's the girl that was her friend. A better insight into who Claire, who the main character is, Claire actually is, all right? Like, and where her history was from, and yeah, her real opinions on race, kind of, essentially. And also Aaron, who I believe it's Aaron who ends up dying, and kind of gives us a reason for her state of being building up to the moment of becoming this controversial figure that needs to do press conferences. And it ends very kind of open-ended. It's so interesting. So yeah, kind of just I've never done a non-linear plot in anything I've ever written. It's just not where my mind goes. But this makes me kind of want to do it because it was so. I wanted to know why the main character was so apathetic. It felt weird, right? If I'm caught in controversy, I want to defend myself immediately, right? I just want to defend myself if I'm caught in controversy. So she just didn't seem to care at all, and I'm like, man, that's so not like me, and so not like anybody I know. And I wanted to know why, and I didn't think I was going to really get that answer. I thought that's just how she was. But then we get these kind of flashbacks, almost these kind of vignettes to before. Where you learn about her relationship with Angela, and it explains essentially why she is who she is right now. And I thought that was great. I loved it, and it really, really kind of reminded me the power of a non-linear storyline, which is something like I said, I haven't done. So maybe I'll try it. Maybe next short story I write, I'll try to focus on a non-linear plot. Who knows? But I'm not going to drag this on too long. I got to get back to finishing up this school year. I finished all my grades, and I just got to do a bunch of other little things. So, alrighty then. Peace out. I'm Angela Fleur, the lazy writer, lazily reading, trying to read every day. And remember, if I can do it with my laziness, you could do it with your, hopefully not laziness. Oh, listen to that. You like that? I love that sound. And the smell of books. It's starting to lose that bookstore smell. You know when you get a book from the bookstore, right? It has that bookstore smell. This has kind of lost it it's now now it smells like me, my place, right? My house. So whatever. There's that. Talk to y'all later.